Hello, I'm Andy and I'm going to read to you a program called Annual 2019 Your Love Story. This is an annual for 2019 and this is for you coming from Aries. Now I'll first mention my email because many are asking for that. My email address is andyhoro9, ANDIHORO and the number 9, andyhoro9@gmail.com. So please, if you need to talk about it, or write me questions, I will answer for you. Now, firstly, the planets of 2019 are very favorable for you, and they produce a very good foundation for the new romance, for the ongoing romance, and for the marriage. So in all these three areas, you're going to be one very lucky person. And especially if you happen to be these ages of 18 or 27 or 36 or 45 or 54 or 63 or 72 or even 81. If you happen to be of these ages, you're going to be one very lucky person finding a new romance, enjoying an ongoing romance, and enjoying the luxury of having a very stable marriage as well. Now, this good news has got to do with the 2019 planets. So what happens about your age can either make it better or make it worse. So I've given you some good ages. I'm also going to give you the ages of 24, 33, 42, 51, 60, 69 or 78. And I might even add the age of 15 there. So if you happen to be any of these ages, you have to tell yourself that things can go very wrong. Even if your foundation of 2019 is very, very good and strong, yet if you're of these ages, you're going to have problems creeping in very quickly. So you see, ages planets are more important than the calendar year planets, but I don't know all that. So one day perhaps we can have a 90-minute session which will cost you USD 50, and that will tell you your next 7 or 8 years, but we'll talk about that a bit later. Now for you coming from Aries, you have to be very cautious of certain sun signs in 2019. So in 2019, be cautious of those coming from Taurus, Cancer, Libra, Gemini and Capricorn. If you are married to any of these sun signs, somebody from these sun signs, if you are married to anybody or engaged or in love with anybody from these sun signs, be careful that opposition will come very, very quickly. So you'll have to work very hard. The other sun signs would be much more favorable for you. And so that's how you manage your 2019. If you are not of the ages which I have not mentioned for good or bad, you should have a 90-minute session with me which will cost you USD 50. I'll tackle your next 7 or 8 years, and this will be done based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms. And I'll give you a lot of information, your personal lottery numbers based on your date of birth, time of birth, and looking at your palms, your lucky colors, your lucky days, your lucky directions, your lucky gemstones, plenty of information so that you can be on top of your next 7 or 8 years. Well, that's the information I have for you coming from Aries. I wish you the best of 2019 in your love story. Until then, thank you and goodbye.